Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and outstanding sponsors who make these live presentations possible. I'm Sean McPherson with Table Rock Sports. Mike Strickland on camera tonight, and Joe Brett is our executive producer, and we are live from Corbin University here in Salem, Oregon for the championship of the Capital City Classic between South Medford Panthers and the Benson Texters. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon, and again featuring Benson and South Medford. This is a powerhouse matchup. Currently the OSAA has Benson as the number one team in the state, and South Medford is number 11 in the state. But both these teams are in the mix every single year. Two historic programs and two teams that have very talented rosters this season, and they find their way in the Capital City Championship, Capital City Classic Championship against each other late on this Wednesday evening. We'll start with Benson. This is a team that's 3-0, and they are firing on all cylinders right now. 70 points per game they're averaging, and they're only allowing 47 points per game. They defeated Tualatin 59-47 to open the season. And so far in this tournament, they defeated McMinnville 70-52, and then an eye-opening victory over West Salem 82-42. This is a team that is number 2 in the coaches poll going into the season, and last year had a little bit of a letdown. They were underseeded because of some injuries during the regular season. They ended up falling in the second round of the tournament, but they returned just about everyone. They only lose one player, and that's an honorable mention player, Malaya Lesalor, from last season. Other than that, they return everyone, including the reigning PIL Player of the Year, Mahogany Chandler Roberts, the senior forward, and including the reigning PIL Defensive Player of the Year, Samara Massey. Those are the two players to look out for Benson. Meanwhile, South Medford comes into this one 4-2. They have losses to Clackamas as well as a school in California called Sage Hill School so far this season, but wins against Corvallis, Orangewood Academy, Oregon City, and Silverton. Silverton was a tough-fought battle last night. Came down to the wire. It was back and forth, but it was so good for South Medford to have Taylor Young back. She contributed 19 points. She was out sick on Monday, and they didn't have her, and they were able to defeat Oregon City 53-35 despite a lackluster third quarter. They bounced back last night, defeated Silverton by 6 points, and now they're 4-2, are the defending state runner-ups, and they are going to be competing with a very talented Benson team for this Capital City Classic Championship. Let's meet the starters for both these teams. They just got announced for Benson. Head coach Eric Knox in his 10th season. Assistant coaches Dexter Lesueur, Precious Alex, and Rashawn Brown. The starters look like this. Number 1, the 5'6" senior guard, Ebony Clay. Also in the backcourt, Mariana Hashimian Orr, the 5'7" senior guard. Trinity Alex gets the start, 5'8" senior guard. Mahogany Chandler Roberts, the 6'2" senior forward. The two-time reigning PIL Player of the Year, first team All-State last season, and Samara Massey, the 5'9" sophomore guard, the reigning PIL Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman last season. Key note for Benson, Olivia Hink, one of the quicker guards in the state, a 5'5" senior guard. She is out tonight, so no Olivia Hink. That's a key contributor for this Benson team, so the Texters will be a little bit shorthanded. Meanwhile, for South Medford, head coached by Tom Cole in his 17th season, assistant Tiani Bradford. The starters look like this. Taylor Young in the backcourt makes her return just like she did last night from sickness. She was out on Monday. She dropped 19 points last night in that return, but she is arguably the best player on this team. Sarah Schmerbach, who had 23 points last night, makes the start. Kim Saran, the forward, Southwest Conference honorable mention last season. Dylan Howell, another guard, a sophomore, and Mayan Okpan, 11 rebounds last night, the 6'3" sophomore. So we're just about ready here. The Capital City Classic Championship between Benson and South Medford. We are underway as there's a three-point look for Mahogany Chandler Roberts. Won't go. Offensive rebound for Ebony Clay. Back out. Hashimian Orr finds a path and puts in the deuce. Full court pressure for Benson. And South Medford throws it away. So if Benson's going to be showing some full court pressure, we know that that's what South Medford wants to do as well. And this could be a sloppy game when both teams are trying to do the same thing. We saw that in the Oregon City game the other night where both teams were trying to pressure, and there was just a lot of turnovers. And it was just kind of a sloppy game. Benson moving it around. South Medford guarding them high. Massey with the ball. Feeds Chandler Roberts. An air ball on the jump shot. Another turnover for South Medford, who was looking to push. Saran threw it away. 2-0 Benson about a minute into this championship. Massey plows forward and is fouled. She's heading to the line for two. Hawkpan picks up the foul. Massey short on the first free throw. And Massey catches in the second free throw. It's 3-0 Benson. South Medford yet to attempt a shot. A couple turnovers early. Hawkpan out to Howell. Howell steps into a corner three. Off the back iron into the hands of Schmierbach, who steps back out. Now Saran hands it off to Young. Now Schmierbach. South Medford taking their time. Schmierbach picks up her dribble, feeds it off to Howell in the right wing. Good defense by the Texters. And there's a steal. Another turnover for South Medford and an easy layup for Trinity Alex. That's 3 turnovers for the Panthers and a 5-0 lead for Benson. More pressure for the Texters. Young may have been fouled, no call. On her knees, and a timeout taken by Tom Cole. So Young went up and caught the ball with 2 hands and fell. No foul was called. She was about to travel. There also may have been a backcourt violation when she threw it to a teammate, but instead Tom Cole spends a timeout. This is a sloppy start to this game for South Medford with 5:44 left to go in the first quarter. Benson leads 5-0, and South Medford has more turnovers than shot attempts so far. Fans, it's time to tune in to the new sports voice in Southern Oregon, the A's Sports Radio, AM 1300, FM 107.9, featuring the VSiN Network, The Rich Eisen Show, live NFL games, and local and regional programming ahead, the A's Sports Radio. So 5-0, sloppy start for South Medford. Defeated Oregon City and Silverton en route to this championship. Now they have to play Benson, who defeated McMinnville and West Salem. Looking for Hawkpan. There was a lot of contact down there. No foul and a turnover, but Benson gives it right back. Racing down the floor is Saran. Schmierbach cuts. It's picked up by Hawkpan. 5 minutes left to go in the quarter. South Medford still looking for their first bucket. Saran sets the screen for Young. Benson suffocating on defense. Down low to Hawkpan. Picks up her dribble, kicks it back out. Now Young attacks with the left hand and is fouled. So nothing really going there on South Medford's possession, and Taylor Young takes matters into her own hands and earns a trip to the line. And Young earns the first point of the day for South. 2 for 2 at the line for Young. Again, 19 points last night in her return from sickness. Did not play on Monday against Oregon City. South Medford still won by 18. Hard take to the line to the basket by Hashimi and Orr, and can't get it to fall. Now here comes South. Some daylight ahead for Saran. A lot of contact and a blocking foul is called. Goes against Clay. Ball underneath the South. Second team foul of the quarter on Benson. Ball into Okpan. Out to Howell. Howell launches a three off the backboard. No good. Too strong. And now back the other way. Here comes Chandler Roberts. Throws it away. 2-on-1. Young steps into a jump shot. Probably could have gotten a better look. And a foul is called on the ground against South Medford. So it was a 2-on-1 with Schmierbach and Young. And feels like they could have gotten a layup, but Young stepped into a jumper and missed it. 4:13 left to go in the quarter. Dylan Howell will take a seat, and in comes Jordan Barlow, who started in place of Young on Monday. Massey kicks it out. Chandler Roberts finds herself open for a three. Long. Fight for the rebound. Picked up by Okpan. 5-2. Benson. Schmierbach takes it herself and kisses it up and in. And a turnover. So Schmierbach does it offensively and then forces a turnover, and South Medford will have the ball. 3 turnovers by Benson so far and 4 for South Medford. So a sloppy game so far for each team. Barlow frees up some space and floats it in. And South Medford takes the lead. Here's Chandler Roberts, too strong on the initial attempt, grabs her own rebound and puts the second one in. First basket of the day for Mahogany Chandler Roberts, 7-6. Benson. Saran has it stolen. 5th turnover of the quarter. Chandler Roberts guarded by Young. Clay, wide open three, and that is money. Ten to 6, and another turnover by South. Timeout taken this time by Eric Knox, the 10th-year head coach, as his team starting to find their mojo a little bit. It's 10-6 Benson with 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. Solar Pros and owner Mason Mahaffey invite you to learn how you can save thousands on solar panels installation for your home. Visit Solar Pros Facebook page to learn more. Search Facebook Solar Pros Pacific Northwest. Before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Love Day is coming in February, where $1 from every drink is donated back to local organizations. So by my count, 6 turnovers so far for South Medford. That's as many turnovers as they have points so far. Benson has coughed the ball up 3 times themselves. So not a pretty start to this championship game by any means, but both teams showing a lot of pressure. So far, leading the way for Benson it's really a healthy dose of everybody. Ebony Clay hit a 3. And then Hashimi and Orr with 2. Trinity Alex with 2. Mahogany Chandler Roberts with 2. And Massey with 1. So every starter has scored so far for the Texters, who now have the ball. 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. Shout out to the Benson fans who are tuning in to watch their team compete in the championship down here in Salem. We appreciate all the fans tuned in to Table Rock Sports. Okpan, the offensive rebound, goes back up. It was blocked out of bounds. It will stay with South. Saran has her bounce pass nearly stolen. Okpan picks it up. Now back out to Saran. Schmierbach around the screen. Out to Saran. Barlow over to Schmierbach on the left corner. South Medford looking for some kind of flow to their offense here. Tight defense by Benson. Okpan with the charge. There's a great pick and roll play to free up Okpan, but then she bulldozed right into, I believe that was Clay, or rather Hashimian Orr, who drew the foul. Another turnover for South. So Okpan will take a seat. Into the game now for South Medford is Janiah Bullock. Who is a rare senior on this team. Rebound by Saran. 8 of the 11 members of the South Medford team are underclassmen. But Bullock, who just checked in, is a senior, as Young has it stolen away. Here comes Benson. Hashimian Orr zigzags her way forward, stumbles, throws it to a teammate, and that shot's no good by Alex. Offensive rebound by Benson. The feed down low, Mahogany Chandler Roberts can't put it in, and it's tipped out of bounds to South. With 1:17 left to go in the first quarter. Good press break there by the Panthers. But Schmierbach's in trouble and loops it over to Saran. Here's Young going left. Euro step and getting to the line once again. Another tough drive by Taylor Young, and she'll earn a trip to the line. And Eric Knox, the Benson coach, does not agree. But Young misses the first free throw. And makes the second. 3 points for Taylor Young and a quick travel by Benson. So 4 turnovers for Benson and 7 for South Medford here in this opening quarter. Still with 53 seconds left to go. Ball with Young. Good move to free up space, and the jumper is good. Taylor Young now up to 5 points, 10-9. 35 seconds left to go in the period. Alex with the three, and it swishes through. 5 points for Trinity Alex. 20 seconds left. Saran. Let's see if South Medford holds for one. Back to the basket for Saran, guarded tightly by Massey. Nearly throws it away into the hands of Young. Young going against Alex. Nice crossover. Thought about the three. Didn't shoot it. Now Saran, the floater, just short. Offensive rebound, put back, no good. Too late for Schmierbach, and that's how the first quarter ends. It is Benson 13, South Medford 9 at the end of one. A sloppy first quarter by each side, but a tightly contested game so far as Benson leads by 4 here in the Capital City Classic Championship right here on Table Rock Sports.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this, and more of this, and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and that, and definitely some of that. While getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Start of the second quarter here at Corbin University as Saran drives to the left side and is fouled. 13-9 Benson. OSAA currently has Benson as the number one team in the state, even though Clackamas is the defending state champion and currently nationally ranked. Benson, according to the OSAA, is number one in the state, as Ocpan can't put it in. And South Medford they currently have at number 11 in the state, at least before this tournament. But in the coaches poll, Benson was number 2 and South Medford was number 4, which might be more accurate. Alex, way too strong on the jumper. Schmierbach with her eyes up, lobs one forward to Barlow, who was fouled on the reception. And once again, Eric Knox can't believe it. Barlow fell trying to catch the ball. Would have been off South Medford if a foul wasn't called, but South will have it underneath. Pass goes into Saran. And it's stolen by the reigning PIL Defensive Player of the Year, Massey. Now ahead, Chandler Roberts. Nice up fake. Gets her defender up in the air, and then she kisses it off the glass and in. 4 points for Chandler Roberts. 15-9 Texters. Barlow with some space over to Schmierbach. Schmierbach uses a screen. The floater is up and in. 4 points for Schmierbach. Chandler Roberts, right corner. That's a 3. No good from Messi. Here comes Schmierbach racing in transition. 2-on-1. The pass over to Barlow and 1. Jordan Barlow with the hoop and the harm. And she will look to cap off a 3-point play. Howell checks back in for Saran. High arcing free throw short. Now racing in transition is Benson. Clay over to Alex, in and out on the layup. .6:10 left to go in the second quarter. Barlow looking for space. Now Young. Howell has it, left wing. Now Young guarded by Clay. Young navigating, puts it up with the left. Too strong, fight for the rebound. It belongs to Hashimi and Orr. Swing pass all the way to Alex. Left corner 3 is good. Off the bounce. And now 8 points for Trinity. Alex leads all scorers. Schmierbach sprinting in transition. Oh, right idea, but the pass wasn't there for Schmierbach. Out of bounds, a turnover for South. And now a timeout taken by Eric Knox as Benson leads 18-13. With 5:22 left to go. Before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Love Days coming in February, where $1 from every drink is donated back to local organizations. And today's game is brought to you by Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill in Grants Pass, Elmer's Restaurant of Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign promoting respectful behavior at youth sporting events. You look at the South Medford program and so much success over the years. Since 2011, they've only missed the state tournament twice. They won it all in 2012. They got second place last season, as well as 2013 and 2014. And in 2020, during the unofficial COVID year, they won it all as well. But they graduated Donovan Hunter, who's now thriving at Oregon State. She was the Conference Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year last year. They also lost key contributors Kendall Feely and Tatum Schmierbach. But here they are, 4-2 so far. A very sophomore-led team. 8 of 11 on this team are underclassmen. Most of them are sophomores, and head coach Tom Cole called this sophomore class the most talented class that he's worked with in his entire 17 seasons at South Medford. Looks like a zone look from South. Benson swinging it around, and South Medford gets the stop. Okpan the rebound. 4:55 left to go as Young races in transition. A tough take once again, and another foul called. And for Young so far, it hasn't been pretty, but she has had a couple of hard drives that have resulted in a trip to the line, and you'll take that if you're South Medford against this very tough Benson defense. And the first free throw is good. I mean, Young, a great free throw shooter. Now 4 or 5 at the line tonight. And make it 5 out of 6. So 7 points for Young. It's 18-15. And a travel is called against Benson. There's been a couple of those. So South Medford ball on the side. Taylor Young currently taking a seat. Here's Howell handling the ball. Sprinting down the floor, floating it up, no good. Okpan flies in for the offensive rebound, can't put it back in. Chandler Roberts in transition. Back to Chandler Roberts, double team comes. Benson moving around the zone, and Chandler Roberts looks frustrated, unable to finish. Now Howell back the other way, rather Schmierbach. Nice step-through move, and she lays it up and in. Schmierbach now has 6 points. 3:58 left to go in the first half, and a 1-point game. It's a 2-3 zone look with a little trap for South Medford. It's working well right now, but you're going to get open shots if you're Benson, and that time, that is Hashimian Orr who takes advantage, cashing in a 3. Talani new into the game. Gave it up. Now Schmierbach. Nice pick and roll, and Okpan stumbles down to the floor and was fouled. And Okpan puts in the first free throw. 2 for 2 at the line for Okpan. She was big the other night with rebounds, 11 rebounds the other night. South Medford falls asleep on defense, and Ebony Clay makes them pay with a three-pointer. That's 2 of those so far for Clay, 6 points. Back the other way, Okpan wide open for a layup, won't go. Saran puts it back up and in. Offenses are starting to find a little groove now. 24-21 as there's an and one on the other side. That's Ebony Clay once again. So the 5th team foul against South Medford in the quarter with 2:58 left to go. And Saran just checked out. Clay can't finish the three-point play. 26-21. Fast-paced game. Schmierbach taking on several defenders. Nice kick out to Howell for 3. Just out. Now racing back the other way. Here comes Clay with the hot hand right now. Back to Clay, looking for another. The 3 is up and good. Ebony Clay with 8 straight points. And a foul is called as Bullock didn't have much going, and she fell as she went up, and they called a foul. So Bullock heading to the line for 2. It's been 8 straight points for Ebony Clay for Benson, who have finally found some rhythm offensively and are trying to stretch this game open a little bit. Biggest lead of the night so far. But Taylor Young will check back in. Over 2 at the line for Bullock. Hashimi Anor kicks it left corner, wide open 3, and that is good. Keelan Johnson gets in on the action. It's a double-digit lead for Benson, who are starting to hit their shots. Saran travels. South Medford's got to be careful here. This might start slipping away from them. 32-21, Texters. Oh, the feed was there. Massey found some space open, but it's a bad pass from Chandler Roberts, a turnover for Benson. Barlow goes baseline, kicks it over to, that is Schmierbach. Taking on 2 defenders, puts it up, won't go. Offensive rebound over to Bullock, who puts it up and in. Benson sprints down the floor. Hashimi Anor now with Clay. Back to Clay, driving, floater, air ball. Rebound for Chandler Roberts, and the putback is good. One minute left to go in the first half. Young, a lot of contact, offensive foul. Tenth turnover of the game for South Medford. A timeout is taken, this time by Tom Cole, as his team finds himself in a hole. 34-23 with 58 seconds left to go in the first half. Spring sports action is brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep Dodge Chrysler, where it's wrap up the year time for deals. And our presenting sponsor is Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 9 locations in Southern Oregon to serve you. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from Pinnacle 365. Use your peak rewards to save on gas and use the app to order crispy, crunchy chicken and sides on the way home and have them ready to pick up and go. Pinnacle 365. 34-23. Benson starting to make their threes, and for Benson, it's been Ebony Clay, the first player to reach double digits. 11 points for Clay. She's made 3 threes in this game. 2 in the quarter. We'll see if Benson can stretch their lead even more heading into the half. Up by 11 with the ball. Hashimi and Orr goes baseline, and Schmierbach got some hands in there. Foul called, 48 seconds left. Second foul called against Schmierbach. Should be the bonus. Maybe not. Three-pointer won't fall, and it's South Medford's ball. Actually reading it backwards. It's 3 team fouls against South Medford. 5 have been called against Benson. So if South Medford gets fouled, that will be a bonus situation. Saran has it poked away. Clay with the extra pass, and it's up and in from Johnson. Kellen Johnson now with 5 points. 13-point lead for Benson. 15 seconds left. Schmierbach, a lot of contact, offensive foul. So a 13-point lead for Benson, and they'll have the ball with 15 seconds left to go in the half. A big second quarter for the Texters. Ball is with Hashimi and Orr. Now it's with Johnson, and a 3 in the key is called against Benson. So a quick turnover with 1.1 left. South Medford will have to go to the length of the floor. Quick inbounds. Howell chucks it up, well short, and that is the half. Your score at the end of the first half, Benson 36, South Medford 23. And the Panthers will have to come back if they want to lift the Capital City Classic Championship trophy. But so far it's been all Benson. It was tight at the end of the first quarter, but it was all Texters in the second quarter who own a 13-point lead at the end of the half. As we step aside for our halftime break here on Table Rock Sports.
What's stopping you from learning new things or restoring old ones? How about building a business, going exploring, or starting a new chapter? Wherever you're trying to go, we can help you get there. On Point. People are the point.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new 23 Jeep Gladiator and Cherokee 4x4 models, or test drive a new 23 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
your detour. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Thanks for the ride. I'll see you after the game.
Hey, Dear Katie, I've been your #1 fan since I watched your first game all those years ago, and I still love watching you play. But I wanted to see you win so badly that my competitive nature got the best of me. I lost track of what's important. I thought I was supporting you, but I was really just embarrassing you. I'm not your coach, and I'm not an official. I forgot my role. I'm your parent, and you deserve better. From here on, I promise to keep my emotions under control. I'll cheer for you and all the other players, no matter the score, no matter the outcome. Thank you for sharing with me how I can do a better job of supporting you, your team, your coaches, and the sports you love. Still your #1 fan. Love, Dad.
I ride the bus to get to work. My family and I just moved here, and my wife and kids use the car right now. Being able to ride the bus has been huge for us. All right, first day at the new job. Here we go.
I ride the bus because I don't really like to drive anymore. I can take it to the store without needing to ask for help. It also takes me to my kids' house.
What's stopping you from learning new things or restoring old ones? How about building a business, going exploring, or starting a new chapter? Wherever you're trying to go, we can help you get there. On Point. People are the point.
Visit playmedford.com for the latest recreation guide. All the sports leagues, classes, and special events await you. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. Welcome back. It is our Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report as Benson leads South Medford 36-23 in the championship of the Capital City Classic in the girls bracket. So far, it was a tightly contested first quarter, but Benson started to break away behind the shooting of Ebony Clay, who leads all scorers with 11 points. Trinity Alex has 8 points. Mahogany Chandler Roberts has 6 points. And Kellen Johnson off the bench has 5 points. And they've forced 11 South Medford turnovers. And for South Medford, not much going so far offensively. Everything's been difficult. Everything's been a lot of free throws. And Benson's made everything very difficultly earned. Everything's been hard to come by. Taylor Young leads the way with 7 points, but 5 of those are free throws. Sarah Schmerbach has 6 points, and Jordan Barlow has 4. So we'll see what head coach Tom Cole discussed at halftime and whether South can make a push here in the championship game or whether this is Benson's night and Benson's tournament. Benson's been dominant so far this season. They opened the year with a 12-point victory over Tualatin at home. And then in this tournament so far, they defeated McMinnville by 18 points, and they defeated West Salem by 40 points. And West Salem was a Child Center team last year. So this Benson team is no joke. They've won every game by double digits so far, and they lead South Medford by double digits. We are back underway for the second half. Alex down low. Chandler Roberts against Okpan. Okpan falls. Chandler Roberts can't get it to fall. No foul was called. And Barlow unable to grab the ball out of the air from the long pass from Young. So a turnover out of the gates for South Medford. Right wing, Massey, only 1 point in the first half. It went off the knee of Saran. It'll stay with Benson. Ball into Chandler Roberts. Drives left, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Now Saran wants to race. Ball with Young, going left. Young over to Barlow. Screen set by Okpan. Barlow goes baseline, picks up her dribble, nowhere to go. Barlow's got to get rid of it. She does the Schmerbach, reverse layup, won't fall. And now tipped forward to Benson, who has numbers as Schmerbach's down. Wide open three, Alex. Can't take advantage. Offensive rebound, Massey falls, and a foul is called. Schmerbach appears to be in some pain, and she was slow getting back, which led to a wide open Trinity Alex three. Couldn't finish, but the offensive rebound had something to do with South Medford being shorthanded as well. Now 2 free throws for Massey. First one won't go. Second one won't go, but Clay rises up and grabs the rebound. Hashimian Orr takes it herself, and the block made by Young. Barlow, eyes up. Kick out. Schmerbach, open 3. No good. Rebound, Okpan. May have had an open Taylor Young for 3 instead. Wanted to take it up herself, got tangled up, and a jump ball is called. It'll stay with the Panthers. Schmerbach throws it away. And putting it up and in is Chandler Roberts. 8 points now for Mahogany Chandler Roberts. Schmerbach, the lob pass. Saran goes up and is fouled. 5:55 left to go in the third quarter. South Medford looking for their first points of the quarter. And they get it. Saran makes the first free throw. And the second one goes for Saran. So 38-25. Does South Medford have a push in them? Try to make this a game. Or can Benson stretch this even further? Massey on the right wing, guarded by Howell. Gets past Howell and puts it up and in. Nice move by Massey. Schmerbach all by herself. Left-handed layup, too strong. Here comes Chandler Roberts. Ball in the hands of Clay, who really erupted in that second quarter. Massey up top. Ball is tapped around, and they say off Benson. We have a technical foul called. It was called against Samara Massey after the turnover by Benson. So Taylor Young will head to the line for, I believe, a pair of free throws here. First one good for Young. And Young puts both in. So still a 13-point game. 5:08 left to go in the third quarter. Maybe South Medford can take advantage of the frustration on Benson's side. And an over and back is called. So a turnover against South Medford. Benson leads by 13, but there seems to be some frustration amongst the players and coaches towards the refs, leading to that last technical. So 5 minutes left to go in the third, 40-27. Clay open for a 3. Short, grabbed by Schmerbach. Ahead to Talani. Out to Saran. And a block is called against Clay. Ball underneath for South Medford. Second foul called against Clay. Third team foul of the half. Nice play. Howell open, can't finish on the layup. Ball tipped around, belongs to Benson. There's been a couple layups where South Medford could just finish the easy ones. This game would be closer. As Hashimian Orr looks at a three and knocks it down. 16-point lead. Schmerbach in trouble. And they get it across. Here's Schmerbach, bounce pass to Lonnie, puts it up and in. Full court pressure, man-to-man from South Medford. Young has the steal by herself. Young too strong on the layup. Back with Benson. Plays like that where if South can just make the layups and finish. Another one of those missed opportunities. Young has it up top. Doesn't take the screen from Saran. Handoff to Lonnie. Talani stumbles and throws it away. Mahogany Chandler Roberts, Euro step, and blocked by Saran. Saran has numbers. A 4-on-2. What can they do with it? And a foul is called against South Medford, rather called against Benson. A smart foul. But the third called against Ebony Clay. That looked like a good opportunity for South Medford with the numbers they had. So Jordan Barlow checks in. Schmerbach steps out. 3:17 left to go in the third quarter. Ball goes off the leg of Chandler Roberts and will stay with South Medford. And it looks like a foul is called against South Medford, maybe a push-off. Called against Howell. So back to Benson. Clay, nice crossover move, can't finish. Hashimi and Orr puts it back up. She can't finish, but then it ends up in the hands of Johnson, who gets fouled on her way up. And we'll head to the line for two, and immediately, after that lack of rebounding, Coach Cole looks over to Okpan and says, get in there. We need your size for rebounding. Johnson can't make the free throw. Second one goes for Johnson. Howell slows it down. Ball with Taylor Young. Young nearly has it stolen. Now has to go somewhere else with it. Taylor Young with 9 points to lead South Medford so far tonight. Nice cut by Talani, and an and one. Malia Talani. Nice backdoor cut and a better finish from Talani with 2:38 left to go in the third quarter. And that's the fifth team foul called against Benson. So South Medford can keep drawing fouls this quarter. More free throws to come. And a lane violation by Saran. So it's plays like that that are costly for South Medford. Just costly turnovers. Clay dishes it off. Right side, Johnson, pick and roll. Chandler Roberts spins around, puts it up, won't fall, tipped out of bounds, goes to South Medford. Here comes Saran. Goes right. Contact, no call, and a misfire by Saran. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here's Hashimi and Orr. Left side, Clay. A three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Massey. Massey throws it away. But Benson gets it back. And a timeout taken by Benson. I don't think either coach is happy with the way their team's playing right now. Both teams have been sloppy. South Medford up to 16 turnovers in this game, but Benson with 9 turnovers. And, you know, South Medford unable to make their push right now to get back in this game, and Benson's unable to put it away, you know, and the opportunities have been there for both teams to do so. So it remains 44-31 with 1:37 left to go in the third quarter. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. Medford is your sports ground where the West Coast comes to play. Visit travelmedford.org/sports to learn more about the many tournament venues, outdoor opportunities, and the event calendar to find out what's going on. We're back underway here in the third quarter. Capital City Classic Championship. Thanks to both fan bases, South Medford and Benson, for tuning into this one. It was a close first quarter, but it's been all Benson since then. But they're holding on to a 13-point lead. We'll see if South Medford can make a push, get back in this game. Schmierbach was fouled on her way to the basket. And that is a bonus situation. So here goes Schmierbach to the line. First one goes. Sarah Schmierbach with 7 points tonight. And 2 for 2 at the line from Schmierbach. So back down to 11, the deficit for the Panthers, with 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. If South Medford can make this single digits by the end of the third, that could maybe give them a boost heading into the fourth. Alex finds some space. Rather, Clay can't get it to fall. Taylor Young attacks. Euro step, nice move, and Taylor Young puts it up and in. So single digits and a timeout taken by South Medford. A full timeout taken by Tom Cole and the Panthers, as the deficit is now just 9, the closest it's been in quite some time since the second quarter. And Taylor Young now has a team-high 11 points, and that's tied for the game high in this one. With 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Table Rock Sports thanks our great sponsors, including the John L. Scott Real Estate Scoreboard and our longtime friends from Sherm's Thunderboard and Food for Less in Southern Oregon. So what will the last 38 seconds of this quarter look like? The South Medford starting to show some life, make a little comeback push. Down by 9. Clay has it, left wing. Dished it over to Chandler Roberts. Didn't take that long of a break, or didn't take a break at all. I'm not sure Chandler Roberts is subbed out of this game at all. As Massey finds some space. That should be a travel. It was an air ball, and she grabbed it. Now Massey gets it back, and this time she finishes. I thought that should have been a travel called on Massey. Young weaving. Kick out to Lonnie for 3. And that's good right before the break. Malia Talani with a buzzer-beating 3, and your score at the end of 3, Benson 46, South Medford 38. We have an exciting fourth quarter ahead of us next on Table Rock Sports.
Your business is going to have technical problems. There's no question about it. Pacific Office Automation is your guide because problem solving is our passion. Every business is unique, no matter how big or how small the problem. From copiers and printers, telephone systems, managed IT, print services, and more, we offer integrated, streamlined office solutions to keep your office humming. With Pacific Office Automation, it's problem solved. Visit pacificoffice.com today to find out more.
Are you an honorably discharged U.S. veteran? If so, did you know that you and your spouse could save approximately $5,000 by taking advantage of using a VA National Cemetery? You and your spouse get a grave or urn space, grave lining, opening and closing, headstone, and perpetual care, all free. Conger Morris can assist you with making all final arrangements and also help with other benefits that you and your spouse are entitled to as a veteran. Call Conger Morris or visit one of the offices.
So it was 36-23 at the end of the first half, and South Medford managed to win the third quarter by 5 points, and that sets us up for an exciting fourth quarter ahead as Benson leads by 8. As Clay starts the quarter right for Benson with a big three-pointer, now 49-38. Game high 14 for Clay, but back the other way. That is Saran with an and one. Big time answer for Saran and the Panthers. And a fun start to this fourth quarter. Saran now with 7 points. Clay all by herself back the other way. Gets the foul and cannot finish. But Clay was wide open. South Medford was playing catch up and bumped her from behind. Clay heading to the line for 2. Ebony Clay, an unsung hero in this game for Benson. Leading the way with 15 points. Jordan Barlow in. Malia Talani, who had some big plays, checks out. Clay kicks it left corner. Alex finds some space. Nice pump fake to get Barlow up in the air, drawing the foul. Can't finish, but heading to the line for another pair. Alex makes the first, 9 points. Now for the senior. Second one rattles out. 7:15 left to go in this basketball game. 10-point lead for the Texters. Young hasn't had anything easy in this game. Beautiful pass. Okpan can't finish. Ball now back with Benson. Missed opportunity there for South Medford. Hashimi and Orr handoff. Alex. Nice bounce pass to Chandler Roberts, who puts it up and in. Now double digits for Chandler Roberts. Schmerbach jumper is pure. 10 points for Schmerbach now. 53-43. Turnover. Young got to finish here, and she does. So here comes South Medford, down by 8. Applying pressure. Clay gets it across. Bounce pass, Massey. Reverse layup is up and in. Fast-paced action right now. Barlow races across. Dishes it over to Saran. Panthers trail by 10. Feels like it's now or never. Schmerbach spins around. Puts it up with the right hand. Won't fall. Gets her own rebound. Bounce pass over to Saran, who's wide open, and finishes. So South Medford's not going away easy. Back down to 8 points. Saran now has 9. And a timeout is taken by Tom Cole for the Panthers. A full timeout taken by South Medford with 5:34 left to go in this game. Tonight's action is brought to you by the Rogue Valley Transportation District. Need help learning the routes and options available to you? RVTD can help. Visit rvtd.org to learn more. The Ace Sports Radio is on the air, Southern Oregon's new source for sports, AM 1300, FM 107.9. Tune in January 3rd for our grand opening and debut of Tee It Up Southern Oregon, our local 1 to 3 p.m. show, hosted by Joe Brett, our executive producer for tonight's action. Special thanks to both fan bases, South Medford and Benson, for tuning in tonight on Table Rock Sports. We really appreciate it. A fun championship game by two teams that you'd have to expect they're going to be at the Child Center this year. South Medford, that's nearly a guarantee every year. They've only missed the Child Center twice since 2011. Runners-up last year fell to Clackamas in the state championship. And Benson, on the other hand, such a talented team this year. They look due for a big run. Travel called as Alex slipped near the baseline. Well, it's only an 8-point deficit. Benson has not won this championship yet. .5:27 left to go in the game. And every player is on the near side of the court. A lot of pressure by Benson. Here's Schmerbach, crosses the timeline. Saran up top. Saran needs to get rid of it. Does to Young. Tight pressure by the Texters. Young, a beautiful finish and one. And South Medford's back within 6, a chance to be back within 5 after this free throw from Young. Young is braving the elements in this one. She was out sick on Monday. She returned last night and dropped 19 points. You can tell she's tired and fatigued out there, but playing hard. 16 points for Taylor Young. 55-50. This is as close as South Medford has been since the second quarter. That was trouble there at the half-court point. Benson gets it across. Massey powers her way forward and banks it up and in. A strong attack by Massey. One of the top players in the 2026 class out of the state of Oregon. Just a sophomore for this team. Barlow, the bounce pass. Schmerbach didn't have the angle. Back with Barlow in the right corner. 4:25 left to go. Panthers trail by just 7. Schmerbach puts it up and in. 12 for Schmerbach. Back the other way comes Benson. Alex didn't see the pass coming, still was able to catch it. And Clay had it blocked. Here comes South. Saran can't save it. Young tossed it all the way down the floor. It was wide open. And the ball went too far, and Tom Cole not happy with that one. And Taylor Young just looks exhausted. Alex crosses the timeline. Bounce pass, Massey, and Massey starting to provide some of the big buckets needed for Benson to close this game. 59-52. A big swing there with the turnover by South Medford and the bucket by Massey, and now another turnover by South Medford. Talani wants to check in, didn't get to the scores table in time. Massey thought about the 3. Instead, will attack once more, and another basket for Massey, and one. Samara Massey is closing this game all by herself. I believe that's 3 straight baskets for Massey, and this time an and one. And she finishes the 3-point play. 12 points for Massey. A 10-point lead now for the Texters. Howell out on the corner. Saran up top. Talani. Schmerbach, backdoor, and it's stolen. A couple of costly turnovers for South Medford down the stretch. 3:10 left to go. Benson wants to close this game out. Clay thought about the 3. 18 left on the shot clock. Hashimi and Orr gets past the defender and floats it too strong. That's a miss. Back the other way. Schmerbach, the fake, and gets fouled on her way up. Schmerbach heading to the line for 2 free throws. Taylor Young will check back in. Talani out. Second free throw won't go, but rebound for Okpan, and she puts it up and in. So a 3-point trip for South Medford. 2:35 left to go. 7-point deficit for the Panthers. And this is where it's useful to have that shot clock this year, because Benson can't just stall the clock. They can a little bit, but only to a certain extent, as that's a hard drive by Hashimi and Orr, and she was fouled on her way up, couldn't finish. But 2 free throws ahead for Hashimi and Orr. First free throw goes. Two for 2 at the line from Mariana Hashimian-Orr now in double figures with 10 points. Young slips, no foul called. Numbers for Benson, let's see if they take them. They do. Hashimian-Orr short on the floater, and they give it right back to South. Young racing in transition. South Medford down by 9. Schmerbach passed up a 3. Young now will attack and is off on the floater. Under 2 minutes left. Benson up by 9. And the Texters want to sit on the ball here for as long as they can. 20 more seconds left on the shot clock. Hashimian-Orr out to Alex. Right wing, Massey. Massey goes left, fade away, and another big bucket by Samara Massey. She has been big time in this fourth quarter, and perhaps that's the dagger there, but what do we have here? I think that's a technical against Massey, and I think that's her second. Yeah, technical was called. Yeah, that's a technical foul against Samara Massey, and I believe that's her second of the game. Taylor Young will shoot the technical free throws. Panthers down by 11 with 1:24 left. Young cashes in the first. Game high 17 for Young. And Young puts them both in. So Massey's day is done with those 2 technical free throws. Panthers trail by 9 with 1:24 left. Ball into Howell. Schmierbach, a foul on the ground before the layup. So a side out. No, rather a bonus, I believe, for South Medford. Yeah. 2 free throws ahead for Schmierbach with 77 seconds left. First free throw won't go. Second one goes. 14 for Schmierbach. 8-point deficit for the Panthers. Is it too little, too late? 25 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:05 left to go in the game. Hashimian-Orr with a quick attack. Won't fall. It's exactly what South Medford needed. Here comes Saran. Takes it herself. Can't finish. Schmierbach, the offensive rebound, puts it back up, can't finish, and it's into the hands of Chandler Roberts. Tough break for South Medford. Missed out on some layup opportunities. Could have changed this game. Foul is called, and Trinity Alex will head to the line. Alex puts in the first free throw. Got to give Benson credit. They have knocked down their free throws this game at a very efficient rate. $11 points for Trinity Alex, 34 seconds left. This one seems to be done. A 10-point lead for Benson. Schmierbach out to Young. The three-pointer won't fall. Mahogany Chandler Roberts tips it to herself. South Medford seems content to not foul. And that should do it for this championship. Benson goes 3-0 at the Capital City Classic Championship, and they will raise the trophy here in Salem. Congratulations to the Texters of Benson with a 68-58 victory over South Medford, improving to 4-0 on the season and going 3-0 here at the Capital City Classic. Meanwhile, for South Medford, 4-3 they fall to on the season with those 3 losses against very good teams. The top 2 teams in the coaches' poll, Clackamas and Benson, in addition to Sage Hill School in California. South Medford had their opportunities to win this game or at least make this even closer, but missed out on some key opportunities. They turned the ball over, by my count, 19 times throughout this game. It was better in the second half, but kind of got in their own way throughout this game, and maybe we're a little bit shorthanded. Taylor Young did all she could with 18 points, but she seemed to be fatigued and tired, and she's been dealing with some illness, so who knows how that affected South Medford. And Benson earns the Capital City Classic Championship. We'll be right back here on Table Rock Sports to break this one down as Benson earns a 68-58 victory here in Salem, Oregon.
What do you do when a loved one has been wrongfully injured or killed? It's simple. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to the Know Your Role postgame show. Visit travelmedford.org and search Know Your Role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better. So Benson wins this one 68-58 to win the Capital City Classic Championship and remain undefeated 4-0 on the season. It was a closely contested first quarter, but Benson broke away in the second quarter, leading 36-23 at halftime. And throughout the entire second half, South Medford was playing from behind, and they got it as close as 5 points in the fourth quarter, but could never really break even closer than that. They missed some key opportunities. They turned the ball over at critical times, and it really seemed to me that they missed a lot of layups that they probably should have made in this game. They missed some opportunities and missed some easy shots, did South Medford at critical moments, and could never really get as close as they needed to be. And Benson put the game away in the latter half of the fourth quarter. Some huge buckets by Samara Massey. They ended up giving the player of the game crown to Ebony Clay, who had 15 points to lead Benson, but Samara Massey had 14 points, and most of those were in the fourth quarter, so she was big time as well. Mahogany Chandler Roberts was in double figures with 10 points. Trinity Alex had 11 points, and Mariana Hashimian Orr had 10 points. So every single starter for Benson was in double figures. So it was a great team effort for the Texters in this game. While South Medford, they were led by Taylor Young, who may or may not have been at full strength. She was sick on Monday. She bounced back last night, had 19 points for South Medford in their victory against Silverton. And then today she had 18 points to lead the team, but she looked to be a little bit fatigued and maybe not 100% just from her body language on the court, dealing with illness. But Sierra Schmierbach was right behind her with 14 points. Kim Saran had 9. Malia Talani had 5 points. Mayan Okpan had 4 points. And Janiyah Bullock added 2. And that was the scoring for South Medford in this game, who now fall to 4-3 on the season. And like I said, those 3 losses have came against teams like Clackamas, who is probably the best team in the state, defending state champion, nationally ranked. They lost to them by 19. Sage Hill School down in California lost to them by 11, and now a 10-point loss to Benson, who looks like one of the best teams in the state as well this season. So South Medford really challenging themselves with tough games and taking some losses, but 4-3 I think is a little bit misleading because of the quality of teams they've played, and considering how tight they've battled with Benson in this game, I think South Medford's going to be there at the Child Center this year competing with everybody as well, despite some key losses, players like Donovan Hunter, Kendall Feely, and Tatum Schmierbach. But congratulations to Benson for improving the 4-0, winning the Capital City Classic Championship over South Medford, 68-58, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. We thank you for watching today's broadcast. We'd like to thank the Corbin University staff for making this experience accommodating for Table Rock. Special thanks to the head coaches for each school, Tom Cole and Eric Knox. I've been Sean McPherson. Our executive producer for today's broadcast was Joe Brett, and on camera was Mike Strickland. Thank you to everyone who made this broadcast possible throughout the week, and we will see you next time here on Table Rock Sports.